Greetings and salutations, horror movie fans. My name is Gilbert Yabar, and welcome back to the Attic Review. On today's episode of Tar, I am so excited to talk about this Christmas zombie musical that goes by the title of Anna and the Apocalypse. I remember buying this film strictly because I liked the cover and it was dirt cheap. I had no idea how phenomenal this movie was going to be. It is funny, scary, sad, surprisingly dark, and goddamn, does it have some bangers to listen and sing along to. And it's British! No idea the real significance of that other than the accents remind me of Shaun of the Dead. So let's get talking about this amazing film. In Tar fashion, I'm going to break the movie down into the 3 acts as I saw them play out, what I liked, disliked about each act, and how I felt about the movie overall. And P.S. there's something very special and sweet about the making of this film that I want to talk about at the end that I promise helps to put more respect on this movie. So without further ado, let's talk about Anna and the Apocalypse. We begin the movie by meeting Anna, her father Tony Shepard, and her best friend John. They're carpooling to school when Anna creates an accidental rift between her and her father by announcing that she's not going to go to university next year. Girl wants to travel. Mr. Shepard calls her the S word, stupid, and lets her know that she would be disappointing her late mother right now. Words hurt, man, and she states that she can't wait to get away from him. So sad. We meet the miserable transfer student Steph and then the school principal, Mr. Savage, and we're going to see what an incredible piece of feces he is later on. A little over 5 minutes in and we get our first song. Full discretion though, this song had me worried about the jams, and I'm all about the jams. Good lyrics, but I was nervous this was going to be a lame musical, but we get through it and get to meet some more people. Taking a break from the school talent show activities, Anna goes to the cafeteria for some lunch, and then we meet her friends, the lovebirds Chris and Lisa. And they're helping her get over the regret of her one night stand with a guy named Nick, who is rumored to be a city boy that gets around. Now, like I said, I did not like that first song, but this one that is set up by the teens' angst and hardships, this is the one. It's called Hollywood Ending, and I'm going to wait for the Act 1 breakdown before I get all giddy here, but just enjoy the song when it comes on. After this song, Anna gets into a mild argument with Steph outside, and she is too upset to notice that she walks by a biter. Evening time, and we see Anna and John working over at the bowling alley, while over at the high school, a talent show is taking place, starring some rapping penguins. Yes, I said that. And then a sultry performance from Lisa as she sings a hilariously naughty Yuletide melody. It's good. And good enough to piss off Mr. Savage, who on his way to go scold her, is distracted by some rasping at the door, and I don't think it's old St. Nick that left blood all over the outside walls. We check back in with Anna and John as they close up the bowling shop and have some friendly talk in the park, and we quietly end Act 1. And we're going to quietly put an end to watching without being subscribed, because all you gotta do is click subscribe, and now we can go on to the Act 1 likes and dislikes. Act 1 likes, oh my goodness, that song Hollywood Ending got me so good. I couldn't believe how much I felt for the song and the cast in that moment, and it was so magical the way that it grabbed my emotions and attention all at once and made me focus. Speaking of cast, outstanding young group. No big names, but damn, they are all so great in their respective roles. The musical and comedy and human emotions are all shining through, and that's a huge plus. But that leads me to an Act 1 dislike. I know I touted this as a Christmas zombie musical, and we see that it's Christmas time, we hear the songs, but where are the damn zombies? They're coming, I promise, but I'm with you. I was not satisfied with that zombie drought, however Act 2 will make up for it. Psst! Act 1's secret like here is the fact that there's a little bit of foreshadowing set up that if you catch it, it will pay off big time in the 3rd act, I swear. And with that being said, let's get into Act 2. Act 2 has Anna waking up inspired that today is going to be a good day. It's going to be a great day, and nothing's going to stand in her way. And as she begins her next musical number, and damn, it looks like the opening of 2004's Dawn of the Dead being reenacted around Anna, as she's still singing her ass off about changing her life around. Good timing. In the Act 2 breakdown though, we need to talk about a particular scene during this song that I couldn't believe my eyes, just wow. John joins the song as well, as they both gallop around town with Shaun of the Dead level of unawareness as the zombies around them are wreaking havoc. I mean, they are really doing damage. Anna and John are singing and dancing along around a graveyard when all of a sudden, a snowman attacks the two. And in their tussle, Anna decapitates Frosty here, revealing that they are dealing with the undead. The town is in flames, and the high school is housing some survivors that has some parents, teachers, and students, but all unfortunately stuck with that bitch-ass Mr. Savage. Oh, that guy. But Lisa, who's in the school, is really worried about her boyfriend Chris, who we learn is stuck in the bowling alley with Steph, and then John and Anna join them. Their safety is compromised quickly though, as a cleaning lady who they thought was concussed, you'll see earlier in the movie by John, it's actually pretty funny. But anyways, apparently she is zombified now. Yikes. And this leads to a colorful and creative face-off between the survivors and some dude bro zombies. After the fight, we get a heartfelt song about the need for human connection in our darkest hour. It's extremely touching. Then we get some intensity as the bowling alley group tries to leave in a painfully dumb plan with some hilarious consequences, but then they are saved by some Lord of the Flies type group led by Alpha Nick. And then he leads us into a Milan meets Grease type battle song, just meh. Awful things are happening everywhere as Principal Savage is looking to take over the school, and then John, poor John gets placed permanently in the friend zone. Ouch. But then the collective group gets ambushed in what looks like a pretty cool level of Left 4 Dead, and this is a pretty badass scene. Not everyone passed that stage, and after that good ass kicking, the group is slimmed down considerably. Mostly the Lord of the Flies boys, but still sorta sad. While they're regrouping, John gets caught slipping by zombies and becomes dinner, so the group can escape, and we end Act 2 in dark fashion. And I know some of you are watching this in dark fashion. I don't know what that means exactly, but I think it means subscribe, so that way we can talk about the Act 2 likes and dislikes. Alright, Act 2 likes. More zombies, baby! And speaking of baby, I told you earlier that I wanted to talk about a particular scene from earlier. Jesus. When Anna is singing around the neighborhood and zombies are running around, a lady leaves her baby carriage. So she leaves it and the unthinkable happens, and I'll spare you the details because I want you to be horrified when you see it. The zombies and the fights against the zombies are gnarly and intense, but the humor and the connection to the characters continues to grow and grow. Which is good and bad because you're going to be laughing with them and loving them, but the film is about to get considerably darker as we just got a taste of that at the end of Act 2. I need something to dislike about Act 2, so I'm just going to say I didn't like the song performed by the Lord of the Flies crew led by Gross Alpha Nick. But that's my only dislike because I can feel the air changing for the worse. But come on, this is why we get excited and love horror movies, so let's get to Act 3 and the conclusion of Anna and the Apocalypse. A beyond pissed off Anna leads the crew to the high school to start Act 3, but funky butt love it if it isn't that weasel Mr. Savage waiting to greet them at the office check-in. And that bastard has a sick holiday gift for them. Drunk with power, Savage bursts into song as he leaves the kids with the mini horde to die. But nothing can stop Anna from getting to her father, and they escape becoming a buffet for the zombies. Being alive, however, is not so easy for the crew, as Chris is happily reunited with his girlfriend Lisa, but discovers that his gam is gone, and wow. I was not expecting the film to get this sad and dramatic, but we learn more about Nick and a sad insight into his life and why his father didn't make it. As I'm wiping away tears, zombies show up to remind me what kind of movie I'm watching. Nick is valiant and distracts the zombies long enough for a reluctant Anna to desperately rush off to go find her father. Steph, Chris, and Lisa are trying to distract the zombies so Steph can go get the keys to her car so they can escape, but something goes terribly wrong. And damn it, I thought I was done crying, man, but our young lovebirds, Chris and Lisa, have one another as they are both bitten, embrace each other, and their unfortunate zombie fates. We have a little showdown in the auditorium as our now established final girl Anna is ready to rip off Savage's head for having her father all tied up. Those two have a little duet as she battles zombies. The fight is cool, the song, not so cool. Mr. Shepard is free. Him and Savage get into a weak-ass scuffle, and as Mr. Shepard is trying to leave the bested Savage on the ground, Savage tries to pull a sneaky Dickens and attack him from behind like a coward. But that little foreshadowing that I mentioned earlier in Act 1 is pivotal now that it is referenced in the Savage disposal of Savage. That is some good satisfaction right there. What happened to Savage is what I wish would have happened to that businessman in Train to Busan. Very nice. And although Savage got his, he still got a W because in that light scuffle, Pops was bitten. No. As Anna and Dad say their tearful goodbyes, Nick shows up alive out of nowhere, and those two leave to go find safety. And sends us off with one more song to recap the madness before Steph shows up to save the day. And we end the film with our trio riding off into the sunset with a softer rendition of my favorite song, Hollywood Ending. Well, around mid-credits, there's a special dedication, and we're definitely going to talk about the tearjerker of a reason why it's in there. Speaking of tearjerkers, save your guy here's some tears by simply subscribing, and let me save my tears for movies like this. So now let's get into Act 3, dislikes and likes, and my overall sentiment about Anna and the Apocalypse. Act 3 went to a level that I didn't think it was capable of. It was dark and soaked in emotion. The filmmakers already had me impressed, but this last final act solidified my new admiration for this film. In Act 3, even in the heartbreaking scenes, they still managed to get some laughs to comfort you in your tears. I like that the movie got so dark because it showed us vulnerability and then celebrated the strength and will to survive. The beginning of Act 3, Steph gave Anna that line after John died, "Hey, your dad is waiting for you." In that moment, oh my god, the floodgates just opened. Act 3 was unexpectedly strong and emotional, and I loved it. Act 3 random not just the holiday lights, but all the vibrant warmth of the colors of this film just made everything pop, pop, pop. But okay, enough about that. Act 3 dislike, I am pissed off that a mother flippin' musical could make me cry this hard. I wasn't expecting the movie to end that way, so there's that. Overall, I am smitten with this film. Never knew a zombie holiday musical could even be pulled off, but this film was truly magical. Touches so many emotions, and after the first act is a good zombie movie. Now, more of a reason to love this film. Get ready to cry. End credits, there's a dedication to a gentleman named Ryan McHenry. After admiring High School Musical and stating that it would be better with zombies, Ryan made the short film Zombie Musical with his friends with the ultimate goal to make it into a full-length feature. Sadly, Ryan passed away before he could personally finish the project. But his friends refused to let his dream die. So they pulled together, and for their friend, they created this amazing film in his memory. Just how amazing is that? I already loved the film, but discovering this made the movie one of my all-time favorites now. And that's it for today's episode of Tar, and how Anna and the Apocalypse brought me to fears and tears, and hopefully you enjoyed the movie as much as I did. Please subscribe if you haven't already, tell some friends, and leave some comments. My name is Gilbert Ybarra. Thank you so much for watching the Addict Review. Smile Tiger.